Hi everybody, hope you're all keeping well and you're all still nice and safe. Looks like things might be getting back to a little bit more normality, so hopefully we'll be all together again soon, but until then, another video class for you. So we'll just start off with a quick warm-up. I think we thought we'd do a little bit of a core blaster class this week. So just trying to do something a little bit different each week, but as you can imagine it's quite difficult without any props or anything, so I hope you're all enjoying the classes and not getting too bored. As I say, I'm trying to keep them different, but there's only so much that you can do without equipment. So anyway, just think about those feet being hip width apart, nicely planted underneath those hips, nice equal weight through all parts of your feet. Allow the shoulder blades just to drop down the back, the arms to hang nice and heavy. We'll just start just by gently taking the head from side to side. Just don't move anything else in the body, just that head. You might find one side's a little bit more stiff than the other, which is quite normal. So you can just stay a little bit longer on the side that's a little bit more difficult if you need to. We'll do one more to each side. Just take your attention back onto your feet. Make sure you feel nice and strong and centred through that body. And then back into the centre. And then we'll just take those shoulders into some big rolls forward. Try and allow the arms to hang nice and heavy. So you feel as if the shoulders are doing the work and not the arms pushing the shoulders up. You want to think about the shoulders lifting the arms. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, so taking those shoulders back. Really think about opening up through the front of the chest again. Think about where those feet are and start thinking about the head now floating up towards that ceiling, so you've got a nice long feel through that body. One more big circle backwards, and then just allow those shoulder blades just to drop down through that back. Then we'll just take the pelvis round in some circles. So really focus on having your circle nice, even shape. Try and keep the feet nice and flat on the floor. Nice and soft through the knees. And then we'll have a change of direction onto your other circle. So try and think about having an imaginary hula hoop around your waist. So you've got to try and take it round a nice circular shape. And we'll do one more, and then back into the centre. And then just lift the heels, just start getting those feet and ankles working. So as you're doing this, try and think about which parts of the feet are coming down onto the floor, so you don't want to be twisting out like that or going onto the inside or the outside of the foot. Try and keep your weight nice and central as well through those hips, so you're not having any swinging about. So keep the hips nice and central. It's those feet that are doing that work. Good. Okay, and then feet back down onto the mat. Okay, so we'll take the feet nice and wide now, and we're going to come down into a squat. So try and focus on not bending your knees too early. So think about bending through the hips, then down through those knees, and just hold. So you can take your arms into prayer position and squat a little deeper if you can. Hold nice and central, and coming back up again. Whoop, overbalancing myself. Okay, and again, have your arms in that prayer position. Inhale, exhale, nice and deep down into that squat. breathe a little deeper if you can. And back up again. And once more. So nice and deep. A little deeper down if you can. Hold the balance. And back up again. Okay, and then we'll just have a little stretch over to one side. You can take the leg a little wider if you need to. Feel that stretch down that inner thigh. And then over to the other side. Again, feel that stretch, that inner thigh. Good. And back to your other side. Good, and once more. Good, so really feeling that stretch down the inner thighs and then back down into one more spot just to finish. Good, and then coming back up again. Okay, so just come onto the edge of your mat. We're just going to do our roll downs. So I'm going to do 2 full up and down repetitions, and then for your last one, we're going to come down and then forwards onto the mat. So we're doing 2 full repetitions and then 1 where you're just going to go down. So think about your position before you start. So nice, equal weight through those feet. Make sure they're underneath your hips. Nice and soft through the knees. Make sure you don't push that tailbone out behind you. So we're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, chin down to the chest. And just start sucking that spine 1 vertebra at a time. Nice and heavy with those arms. Remember, this is more about a sequence of movement through that spine than how far down you can get. And then when you get to the bottom, you can have a little circle around with the arms or a little swing to the side or figure of 8, anything just to get those shoulders nice and loose. And then inhale, as you exhale, start to restack that spine. Just 1 vertebra at a time. Come up into a nice upright position. Think about that head floating up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, tuck the chin to the chest and start to unstack that spine. Imagine you peeling your spine off a wall. Imagine it's stuck on there with Velcro and you're just peeling that Velcro gradually, gradually, gradually. Remember, more about that sequence of movement than how far down you can get. Circle the arms when you get to the bottom. Inhale, exhale, back up again. And then this time we're going to go down to the floor and we're just going to walk the hands away and come down onto your front. So gradually, 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 nice, even, slow movement, just peel the spine. Just dwell a little bit at the bottom, give those shoulders a little stretch, and then we'll just walk the hands away, we'll come down onto our fronts. So just make sure the feet are nice and relaxed so you're not pushing down with those feet. We're just going to give that back a little stretch to start with. So arms into your diamond position. Tummy button tucked. Remember, you want to engage through the centre. So imagine that little pin's coming through the mat where you've got a hot plate underneath you and the muscles are just gently coming away from that mat. Just to engage and just help to protect that lower back. Okay, so we're going to inhale, draw a line with the nose, exhale, coming up as far as you're comfortable with. So remember, keep that tummy button tucked back and slowly lowering back down. Keep those legs nice and relaxed. So we're thinking about creating length through the spine through these front line exercises. So inhale, exhale, nice and long through the spine, tummy button tucked away. Stay engaged through those abdominal muscles. Inhale, exhale, and down. We'll do one more of those. So again, make sure those legs are switched off, feet nice and relaxed. Prepare, tummy button tucked, length through that spine. And pushing up. Remember, you're not pushing your neck back, you want the head to be thinking about being a nice extension of that spine, so you don't want any breaking of that line. And back down again. Okay, so we're just going to push up into your cat position. So think about a nice neutral position through your back. So again, no break at the top of the spine. You want a nice neutral length through that spine. Think about head coming away. And we're just going to come into your stability cat. So looking at that diagonal balance. So you're going to take one arm, one leg, and again keep nice and neutral feel through that back. And back down again. Get that nice equal balance through those arms and those knees. Inhale, exhale, stretching away. So what you don't want is that the hips lifting and overbalancing you like that. You want to just have a nice balance through the centre. So keep that tummy button tucked. Down again. Again. Tuck that tummy button. Inhale, exhale. Nice length. So you don't want the weight tipping forwards or backwards. And when you're ready for your last one, think about that position. Think about that equal weight through the arm and leg that are left on the floor. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into your drinking lion now. So we've all done this one before. So for this one, you really need to feel it working those abdominal muscles. So we're going to start bringing the knees off the floor. You might want to take your arms a little wider for this one, which is fine. And then you're going to imagine you're going down for a drink. You're going to scoot forward, tummy button tucked, and back. So really think about using those abdominal muscles to scoop you back into position. So again, feet off the floor. Inhale, exhale as you go forward. Tummy button tucked to bring you back. So you should feel this through the abdominal muscles. Okay, inhale, exhale, forward, tuck the tummy button and bring yourself back up. So you're not just relying on those arms to bring you back up. Really almost think about scooping and lifting yourself back up in the centre. Okay, inhale, exhale, scoop tummy button, bring you back up into that position. And we're going to do two more. Inhale, exhale, feet up. Tummy button, tuck, bring you back up with those abdominal muscles. And last one. Good. And then just push back, get that back a little stretch. So you can back into your child's pose. Okay. position. So whichever position you are more comfortable in, so whether it's your full plank, remember keep the bum down so you're not bringing the bum up, or you can come into your half plank position. Again, make sure you're not down on the floor, pushing the bum up like that. So whichever position you're more comfortable in, not that we can say that the plank is very comfortable, but whichever position you would prefer, you get into, and then we're going to do some walking to the side, so like so. So you're starting in the centre, then walk, 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 like so. So we're going to do a set of those in whichever position. So obviously if you're in your full plank position, walking, 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 walking. So again, make sure your bum doesn't start to come up and cheat. Okay, so we get into your chosen position and we'll go. Make sure you purposely come back to the centre. One more to each side. Centre and push back. Good. Okay, so we're going to do another set of those and then we will change position. So again, whichever position you want to be in, whether you're in your full plank or your lower plank, but really making sure that bum doesn't come up towards the ceiling. So really think about tucking back with the tummy button and off we go. So purposeful steps. Okay, and we'll do another one to each side. And rest. And push back into that child's pose. Okay, so hopefully you're all warm. Warm, very warm in here. Okay, so we're going to move over onto our backs now. So into your rest pose with your knees bent. Just take a minute or so just to see how you feel on that mat. So we've worked a little bit already, so you should feel that you're a little bit loosened up, a little bit connected onto the mat already. Make sure those feet are hip width apart, so remember, bring the toes together, heels together, kick out the toes and kick out the heels or vice versa. So you've got a nice line between hip, knee and feet. And then we'll just find our neutral pelvis position. So just gently tilting the hips up towards the head and down towards the feet, making sure that you're not doing it by pushing through your feet. So it doesn't need to be a big movement, you just want to create some movement in that lower back. So as you're taking your hips down towards the feet, you feel that you've got an arch in your back, which you don't want when you're exercising. And then as you're bringing the hips up towards your head, you feel the back's pushing down. So you want to be just somewhere in the centre of those two positions. So just move slowly and start to just make that movement a little smaller and smaller each time. Remember, keep those feet nice and soft on the mat, no pushing to create that movement. And then you want to be somewhere in the middle that's comfortable for you. So everybody's different, everybody's posture is different. So don't push yourself into an unnatural position that you're going to be uncomfortable in, but we do want to be trying to think about your hips pointing almost straight up towards the ceiling, give or take a bit of an angle depending on your individual posture. So as I say, don't force yourself into an unnatural position, but take note of the position that's comfortable for you, that you've chosen, and we'll try and hold that position for your exercises. Okay, so we'll just do a very quick loosen up for that lower back and those hips before we start. So you're just going to take the knees gently from side to side. Start to think about the abdominal muscles working to bring them back to the centre again. So almost think about diagonally pulling that hip towards the rib as you're bringing them back over. So if you're to the right, think about your left rib, drawing your right hip towards it to bring you back into the centre. We'll do one more to each side. So just creating a little bit more mobility in that lower back. Okay, so we'll come straight onto your dead bugs now. So we're working on that stability through the centre using those core muscles. So both legs up into your tabletop position, arms up towards the ceiling. Make sure your knees don't draw back towards the body and pull you out of your alignment, and make sure you don't arch that back away. Okay, so you can either bring the leg down like so you can bring the leg down with a bent leg, or you can come into your full exercise. Good. So keeping that nice neutral position through your back. Good. Okay, we're going to do 2 more on each leg. So 4 total. And rest. Bring those knees up towards that chest. Okay, just give your back a little bit of a massage. I'm just going to have to open the window because I'm absolutely baking in here. Even though it's not particularly nice, it's quite humid today, I think. Good, okay. So, we've already done your hip rolls with your legs on floor, or your feet on the floor, should I say. So we're going to just do a little bit of a progression of that with a little bit of a variation in. So again, we're looking at the centre of the body. So you're going to bring both of your legs up into a tabletop position. Some people find it helps to have your arms out in a T shape for this one, which is fine. So we're going to take your knees over to the side. I'm going to straighten your top leg and then bringing that leg across the body back to the centre. So we're going to do 5 of those. The leg stays still, so you're not rolling the body back with the leg, you're keeping still through that centre. Bend the leg back into the centre. Same thing on the other side. So doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back into the middle. So what we don't want is, as you're coming across with the body, you don't want the rest of the body following and swinging about like that. We're trying to be stable through the trunk of the body and through the core just to start to strengthen up the core a little bit. So we're going across, hold the body still, hold that other leg still. So 1, make sure your bent leg doesn't come down towards the mat. 3, 4, and work within your own range of movement. You might find one side easier than the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, back across, and again, 1, try really hard to keep that other leg still, 3, breathe, 4, 5, over to the other side, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to the centre, bring those knees up towards that chest. Good. Okay. So just going to work a little bit on the muscles underneath the body. So along the back of the body and these big glute muscles in your bum. So I'm going to come up into your shoulder bridge, so just peeling the spine off the mat, 1 vertebra at a time, and then we're going to come up onto those toes and hold. So make sure your arms are kind of almost reaching down towards the feet so the shoulders aren't coming up towards your ears. And then we're going to do 1, 2, so dropping the heels, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep these hips still, 10, and back down again. So what we don't want is, as we come into the heel lifts and drops, we don't want the hips or any of the rest of the body getting involved in that. So off we go. So peeling that spine 1 vertebra at a time. You're going to come up onto your toes. You're going to hold there, really focus on hips being nice and even. So just pop your hand on, make sure you haven't got one hip dropping. So hips are nice and central. And then reach the hands down again and then into your drops with the heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this time stay on your toes as you're coming down. Good. And then drop the heels down. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that again. So peel the spine 1 vertebra at a time, feet flat. Check your hips, make sure they're even, up onto your toes. Don't let either hip drop, switch on through those glute muscles, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, nice and central with the hips, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay on your toes, and back down. So you might be feeling a little bit of burning in those glutes, which is good. Okay, so feet on the floor. Inhale, exhale, lift that spine. Check your hips, make sure they're level, or up onto your toes. Don't allow those shoulders to creep up. Breathe. Don't allow either hip to drop. Get these glutes switched on and working. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up onto your toes. Back down. Okay, I think we can manage 1 more set of those. So drop down those heels. Inhale, exhale, lift the back. Up onto those toes, make sure those hips stay level. Especially if these glutes are getting a bit tired. Might find you've got a sleepy one that allows the hip to drop. And off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up onto your toes and back down again. Good. Okay. Take those legs straight. Take the arms up over the head into a nice full body stretch. Just give those glutes a little bit of a rest. So really try and walk the feet down the mat, arms up the mat. Okay, and then we'll just bring the knees up, and a little bit of a massage of that lower back. We're going to keep your knees up where they are, and we're going to come up into your small sit-up position. We're going to come into your single leg stretch. So we're going to do a series of these fairly quickly with a rest in between. So we start with one leg straight, and we're going to come into the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think you all know this exercise if you're all my regulars. Okay, so we're going to do 10 and then a rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Good, well done. Okay, so hopefully you're all nice and warm now. Right then, so just come over onto your hands and knees, and we'll just give that back a little bit of a stretch. So just into that cat stretch. Bringing that back up towards the ceiling, gently dropping down with the tummy. And then, when you're ready, just push back into that child's pose and just take a couple of seconds just to get your breath back before we move on to our sides. So, make our way down onto our side, and we're going to just work a little bit in just this position to start with. So you're just making sure your elbows underneath your shoulder, that your feet, you can just see them out in front of you, and we're just slightly working the area underneath here. So don't allow yourself to slump down. You want to just imagine this big muscle down the side of the body is engaged. Okay, and then you can take the other arm up towards the ceiling if you want to. Really try and focus on that not dropping. So imagine you've got something underneath your not your elbow, your waist. Okay, so we're going to come into your single leg lift. So really focus on that tummy button tucking back, so you feel like you're really nice and strong through that centre. Making sure the foot lands and takes off in the same place. Don't allow that waist to drop down. Good. Keep this top leg nice and long. Going to do 5 more. Don't allow the waist to drop. Last 2. Good. Okay, and come down onto your side, just give that elbow a little bit of a rest. Good. into a bit of a side plank position now. So you can either do as you did on your front, so you can either come into your side plank position on your elbow, or you can come into it on your straight arm, so whichever you prefer. So I'm going to do my straight arm because I can't let stay on my elbow very long. But again, you want to imagine that your top waist is being pulled up towards the ceiling if you're in on your elbow, and same thing if you're on your arm. So off we go. Good. Breathe. Keep going if you can. Sliding down the mat here. Good if you get a bit of a wobble on, a little bit of a tremble. And rest. Slightly cheaty there because my feet are slipping down the mat, so you got to let off a bit quicker before I ended up splatting. Okay, so we're going to change onto our other side now. So same thing on this side. You're going to think about having the shoulder, elbow in that nice alignment. Feet just so you can see them in front of you. Make sure you're not rolling forwards or backwards. Arm up to the ceiling if you want to. Don't allow yourself to slump back down. So using the muscles in the tummy, the centre of the body, and then we'll come into your single leg lift. So as you lift your leg, really focus on the fact that your body stays still. You don't lift and slump down through the centre of that body. So you don't want to lift and down like that. Everything stays still. Good. Making sure your foot lands and takes off in the same place each time. Do 5 more. 1, 2, don't collapse. And last one. Good. Okay, give that arm a little bit of a stretch out, so just lie down on the side, stretch the arm out underneath you. Okay. And again, we're going to go into your side plank, so either on your elbow or up on your full arm. So whichever position you want to start in. I'm going to take my socks off this time because last time I ended up scooting down the mat. Okay, so off you go up into whichever position you want to be in. So breathe. Top hip feel as if it's being pulled up to the ceiling. Make sure your head's not dropping down or lifting up too much. An extension of that spine. Good. Tummy button tucked back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Good. Okay. So I've done a little bit of variety this week of kind of working those oblique muscles, so the muscles down the side of the body. A little bit of work on your glute muscles and a little bit of work on those abdominal muscles, so a little bit of a mixture. So I'll just start our stretch phase now. So if you come into your mermaid position, so remember you can do this in a cross-leg position or with your legs out in front of you, whichever position. I know some people aren't comfortable in this position, so if you're not, then we'll just use it as a side stretch exercise, so you can come legs out, and we can come over, or you can come into your cross-leg position. So, going to inhale to prepare, exhale reaching over. Remember, imagine you're between two panes of glass, so you're not rotating backwards or forwards. Then we're going to come back into your sitting position by shortening up through those muscles along the top of the body, so you're not using the arm just to rely on pushing you up. And then again, over, stretching off the other side. And again, stretch up, over. Try and keep the seat bones as near to the mat as you can, so you're not lifting that bum up too much. And again, coming back up into your seated, and then over the other direction. One more. So up, over, slowly. And then back up into your sitting position. Over to the other side. Good. And into centre again. Okay, so if you're doing it with the full mermaid leg position, we'll scoot around to the other side and we're going to do the same. We're going to inhale, exhale, stretch over, keep both seat bones as near as you can down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, back up. You can always do this one sitting on a cushion as well if it's more comfortable for you. Sometimes if you take the seat bones a little higher, you might find it a little easier. Over we go. Or block if you've got a block, so cushion, a rolled up towel, a block, anything like that will work. And down to your last stretch. So really stretch off that side of the body. Inhale, exhale, nice and gracefully back up into your start position. Good. Okay. So we're going to make our way now around into your cat position again. We'll just give that back a stretch. Just finish off. Then back into your neutral position. So we're going to just incorporate a hamstring stretch as you're making your way back into your standing position. So just tuck those toes underneath, push up, and then just gently walk the hands back till the feet become flat. Just stay in whichever position is comfortable. You might need to be a little bit higher, and then you just feel that stretch all the way down the back of those legs. And then just gradually coming up, reset that spine. When you get up to the top, just take those hands clasped in front of you. Push them away, just drop the head forward. Stretching off the the upper shoulders, upper part of that back. And then back up into your standing position, just open the arms. Really stretch the front of that chest. Taking some breaths. And then allow the arms to drop by the side. Just give the arms a little bit of a shake off. And relax. Okay, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that. Just as I say, a little bit of a core workout this week. So as always, any questions, any queries or any problems, just don't hesitate to give me a shout, and I will see you all on screen again next week. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.